Yeah.
Sorry.
I'll do it in English and then Spanish. Okay.
What do we have?
Okay.
There,
Ed Gonzalez, Harris County Sheriff. Very scary and traumatic situation early this afternoon. I've talked to different neighbors. We received a phone call of multiple gunshots being fired in and around this location. We sent units immediately. I started coming in this direction. What we know at this point is that two agents with NCIS, we all know them as NCIS, otherwise they're the National Criminal Investigative Services. We're out here conducting a follow-up investigation. They had an enlisted member. I'm told he was a recruiter, and apparently he and his wife have been having domestic violence type issues going on for some time. I don't know the time period. So NCIS came to investigate just to find out if there were anything to the allegations or conduct their follow-up investigation. They were talking to the female here at the location. I understand there were two small toddlers inside the home at the time. I'm told they're 1 and 3 years old respectively. At some point, the two agents, I believe, exited the house and were outside at the time. They had spotted a vehicle traveling up and down the street, but they didn't think it was a suspect or just acting suspicious. They didn't know who it was. A male comes running up, the suspect. Yes, the husband. Barged into the home, immediately engaged the wife. She was carrying an infant with her. He shot and killed her. There was a second child. I believe he picked up that child and came outside with the child still in arms. When he encountered and engaged with both agents outside, he returned fire. Both agents, I'm told, exchanged gunfire with the suspect. One of the agents was wounded, and he immediately, the suspect got into a vehicle, a sedan, and fled the location. So we were arriving trying to find the location. We were told there were agents involved. We didn't know what agency or any of that. Apparently the agents were able to grab one of the children, one of the toddlers, went door to door trying to seek assistance. Finally a homeowner let them in. Thankfully a Good Samaritan helped out, stabilized the situation quickly, called for help. Ambulance came, transported the wounded agency. By then our units came, they escorted to the hospital. Our units immediately entered. They found her still clutching to her infant child in her arms, bloodied. They cleared the house. They were able to eventually locate the other child, I believe with the agents. And again, the hunt was on for a suspect because somebody that had created that type of situation obviously was a danger to the community. So he fled the location. We're told at some point he may have been headed to a family member's house. A family member may have called in and reported for a welfare check because the suspect, we didn't know the connection to this scene at that point, but it turned out to be connected. Precinct 4 deputy constables located him, stopped him, encountered him. We're told that he was still armed with the pistol, exited the vehicle. There was gunfire exchange. Deputy constables shot him. He was pronounced deceased at the scene. The suspect that we believe is the shooter at this location. So he's deceased as well.
What's the latest you've heard on the agent that got shot?
The agent, we're told, is still in fair condition. He is undergoing some testing just to make sure there wasn't any organ issues. We always say fair condition, but you know, anytime anybody gets shot, that situation could be fluid. But we're trying to connect them to family. We're also coordinating with federal partners with NCIS, and FBI is also arriving on scene. At this point, the Harris County Sheriff's Office is the lead investigative agency. Our homicide and CSI are out here right now.
So that the NCIS people, they're kind of like doing just an internal investigation into this.
Yes, exactly.
Allegations of some sort of a domestic abuse situation. And when they're talking to her, she's just there alone with the kids.
Correct.
The husband's not there.
He wasn't there.
The husband drives by, and that's kind of where everything
He spotted it. He comes out, and he goes in. And I don't know how much information he had, that there was already an ongoing investigation, but clearly things were coming to a head pretty quickly with these investigations underway, and for it to merit a follow-up investigation by them into the allegations. And so sadly another domestic violence situation turned deadly. Many of our homicides have a domestic violence nexus.
I don't know if you know this, or do you have any idea when he goes in the house, Did he shoot her first? Did he shoot the agent first?
I'll have to confirm the preliminary information that I have is that the agents were somehow outside by then. They had already kind of talked to her, maybe had completed the interview and were outside at that point when he just basically runs up, a mad dash inside the house, opens fire immediately, immediately comes up in just a matter of seconds. I believe he came out with one of the kids in arms, and so it was a very just hairy situation, and that's what happened. I don't know if he put the child down and encountered the agents. We're still trying to firm up those details.
I mean, it's miraculous that you've got two small kids and neither one were injured.
Exactly.
Anyway.
Yeah, and they found them bloodied. Our units, and I checked on just their well-being. And I said, "This is what we do, Sheriff." But they were pretty resolute and just glad they got out here pretty quickly and got enough information to get the information out on the suspect, and glad the C4 deputies as well. We appreciate the assist and glad they're okay as well. And very, very scary situation that happened out here. I'm talking to a number of homeowners. They said, I just moved into this neighborhood. It's a very nice, quiet neighborhood out here. Ironically, we just had the killing of the deputy constable from Precinct 3 very close to this location as well. So just very scary situation in a quiet neighborhood.
You touched on this a minute ago, but you're seeing this a lot, aren't you, where domestic
A
violence
lot.
situations turn deadly?
A lot, absolutely. I was just in a meeting up in D.C. talking specifically about domestic violence and the challenges in the response and how to better support victims and survivors of sexual assault and domestic violence. So it's really a national issue, and we talk about it often, just telling folks we have the Houston Area Women's Center, Bridge Over Troubled Water. We have resources. We know the dynamics can sometimes be difficult. People say, well, why do they stay? They stay because they have small children sometimes. They stay because maybe financial hardships. They stay because they're in love. They stay because they're scared. There's a number of reasons. The main thing is for them to seek help and to let somebody know, because at some point these situations can become deadly. Briefly in Spanish, and then I'll answer any follow-up, any questions. Esta tarde recibimos llamadas de que habían disparos en este local. Al llegar, lo que sabemos es que habían dos agentes federales de NCIS, son investigadores del ejército del Navy, parece ser. Estaban investigando porque un miembro que trabaja para ellos, las Fuerzas Armadas, había reportes que había violencia doméstica con su esposa. Estaban hablando con la mujer y estaban tratando de determinar qué es lo que había estado pasando, los antecedentes. Cuando los agentes salieron brevemente, al terminar la entrevista, parece ser que el sujeto corrió dentro de la casa armado, le disparó a la mujer falleció allí, aún cargando su bebé. Los niños dentro de la casa eran de 1 y 3 años. El sujeto salió cargando el otro niño, encontró a los oficiales, los agentes federales afuera, dispararon entre ambos lados. Parece que él fue baleado también y él baleó a uno de los agentes. Ese agente fue trasladado, me dice que está estable en el hospital y que va a poder recuperarse. El sujeto huyó de este lugar. Otros oficiales con el precinto 4 lo localizaron en la parte noroeste, y es allí donde él salió con una arma del carro, le dispararon y él falleció también ahí. Entonces las dos parejas están muertas en diferentes lugares. Esto parece ser que viene a raíz de violencia doméstica. Habían 2 niños dentro de la casa, ellos no estaban lastimados. Parece ser que la pareja tenían otros niños también que estaban en la escuela cuando sucedió este incidente. Entonces va a ser una investigación muy larga y extensa para ver exactamente qué pasó. Si vieron que estaba un carro pasando sospechoso, no sabían exactamente quién es, porque ellos tenían entendido que el hombre no estaba en la casa y que no estaba en estas partes en este momento. Pues obviamente sí fue él, y es cuando llegó de repente y entró ya con mente de dispararle a la esposa. Sí, es un milagro porque hubo mucho tiroteo y pudo haber sido mucho más fatal para los agentes. También fue baleado uno de ellos y otras personas que estaban aquí, porque él ya tenía en su mente, parece ser que lo tenía en su mente que él iba a matar a ella. Sí, él huyó, el sujeto pudo salir y tocó en varias puertas y una persona abrió las puertas para darle auxilio a la gente y pues ya vino la ambulancia y lo trasladó de aquí.
Los bebés, ahorita yo sé que uno de los agentes de la policía de Chile, ustedes están cuidándolos. Habla un poquito de eso, qué es lo que viene para ellos.
Sí, pues en este momento tenemos que determinar, obviamente los dos padres ya están muertos, tienen que ver exactamente quién es familia, que esté bien ellos. Tenemos que cooperar con otros investigadores de CPS también para que ellos puedan determinar exactamente a quién le pertenecen a los niños, si hay otros familia y establecer la situación de ellos en este momento y después ya una corte puede decidir a quién les toca cuidar a los niños.
Y brevemente, hablamos un poquito de la violencia doméstica, ¿verdad?
Sí, hay muchos, muy grave la situación de violencia doméstica, especialmente en la comunidad latina muchas veces. Esta es una pareja afroamericana, pero también en todas las comunidades pasa esto. Es algo que tenemos que darle alto, es un crimen. Por favor, soliciten ayuda si están en una situación violenta, puede ser fatal. Hemos visto muchos casos fatales. Tienen que protegerse, tienen que estar cuidados, busquen los recursos que existen para ayuda, porque esto puede ser muy grave, no solamente para ustedes, pero los niños también.
¿El horario que cuando pasó todo esto?
No recuerdo la hora exacta, como a las 3 tal vez, no recuerdo, todo pasó tan rápido. ¿Qué?
Hey, you said national. I watch too much TV. I always thought it was naval. Is it naval?
Probably, I was told national, National Criminal Investigative Services is what I was told. It may be naval. I believe it's part of the Navy.
Okay.
We're told the male suspect was a recruiter.
It's like the TV show.
Like the TV show, exactly, yeah,
I think that's
yeah.
naval.
Okay, it might be naval then, yeah, yeah.
Do you have like ages?
I know the deceased female was in her 30s, a black female is what I was told, suspects, a black male, I don't know his age at this point. Children, I was told 1 and 3, and apparently they had other children as well that were at school at the time that this happened. I also want to say that when the suspect fled from here, he had apparently sustained a gunshot wound in the gunfire exchange with the agents, so he had already left here wounded.
Do you know like where he got shot on his body?
I'm not sure on his body where it was at.
So I mean, you're talking about probably about what, more than 20 miles, right, from this
Yes, to that scene. Yeah, he fled pretty quickly, very fast.
20 miles with a gunshot wound.
Absolutely. Yeah, something out of a movie what happened today. It really was. It was a very scary situation and very intense.
You were saying that this suspect, he was a recruiter.
We're told that his position was a recruiter. I'm assuming with the Navy, a Navy recruiter. And so the NCIS folks will be coming to the scene as well. We have some FBI agents here.
Yeah, but you know that they are part of the Navy.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, yes. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh. Yes, they were. One is on the other side, and I think they had another one maybe in this car, but they had them. Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure what they were wearing. I know they were carrying kids, but I don't know specifically. Yeah. Sí. No, ellos nomás vienen a apoyar aquí, también ver porque obviamente hay armas, son agentes federales también, también vienen a ver cómo pueden apoyar, es una response, ¿cómo se dice? Llegan diferentes, una coordinación muy grande porque obviamente pasó aquí local, pero impacta al sistema federal también, entonces hay mucha coordinación que se tiene que ver.
Y si me puede hablar un poquito de los agentes, de lo que es lo que hacían, ¿verdad?
Sí.
A dónde se pertenecía.
No sé exactamente dónde estaban asignados, solamente sé que son como de NCIS, que son los de agentes que miramos en los programas de televisión, que son investigadores NCIS. No sé exactamente dónde estaban asignados a esta zona o esta región de Texas, pero eran regional, estaban asignados aquí, la pareja vivía aquí, por eso a ellos les tocó venir a investigar cuando pasó eso.
¿La pareja estaban en ese servicio?
No sé si ella estaba o no, solamente sabemos que no me dijeron si ella era miembro del ejército o no. Okay. Thank you, man.